Assalamualaikum. I am Saniya Waqar. I am a businesswoman, a chef, and the CEO of Sweet Affairs. Sweet Affairs is a bakery, restaurant, and a catering service. It's a family-owned business, and it's our life's work. My sister Asma and I work here day and night to bring amazing food and desserts to everyone who craves for them, who wants them, and we have dedicated our lives to creating something that is different, unique, and just upgrades the Pakistani food industry as a whole. So till I was 20 years old, I had no idea what my passion was. I accidentally fell into the food industry by taking a baking course just for the sake of learning something new. And when I started baking, there was so much love and support that I received and appreciation that I decided to do it as a career. And I opened a restaurant and a bakery. We expanded into several branches also. And now we are a full-fledged catering service for the past 10 years. Training people, running a business, managing tasks, no matter how stressful it is, it still, it drives me. And it drives us all because we get to do something unique for people. When we started Sweet Affairs, we had no idea what we were getting into. The food industry hadn't really developed or flourished as such. Um, we had no idea what the expenses were going to be like, the challenges. I was just so much into baking and giving a good product and making sure the quality is spot on. I had a very tough time without a mentor, without anyone, any consultant, or anyone letting me know what I was getting into. I think the first 2 years flew by in just the learning part of the food industry, where I learned so much that it's not just the food that you have to make sure is spot on. It's not just the quality. It's also about telling a story to your customer. When they come and they have the assurance that someone is cooking for them and this is going to be a hearty, warm meal for them, they put a lot of trust in us. कुकिंग और बेकिंग के साथ साथ हमें अपनी टीम को भी ट्रेन करना होता है. हमें इंश्योर करना होता है कि हमारा एम्बियंस इज़ अप टू द मार्क, कि लोग हैप्पी फील करें. इट्स अ हैप्पी प्लेस. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे it started with passion, my career. So the first and foremost objective is to give people a happy place where they can dine in. कोई बेकरी या रेस्टोरेंट खोलते हैं, ज़्यादातर एंटरप्रेन्योर्स और शेफ्स हम यही सोचते रहते हैं कि इसको डेकोरेट कैसे करना है, इसका एम्बियंस कितना अच्छा होना चाहिए, लेकिन ये एक पूरा पैकेज है. मेन्यू डेवलपमेंट के अंदर ही इतने ज़्यादा शेफ्स, operational managers, from your sweeper to your electrician to your waiter to your order taker to your barista, everyone has to be trained about each and every ingredient that goes into your food. Everyone has to be on the same page. और सबको अपना विज़न, जो मेरा विज़न है, हमारा विज़न है, वो एम्प्लॉइज़ का भी वो विज़न होना चाहिए. तो वो ट्रेनिंग, वो ब्रीफिंग, उनके अंदर इंस्टिल करना कि हाइजीन, क्लीनलीनेस कितना ज़रूरी है, इस सब को लेकर चलना पड़ता है. These are actually some of the challenges I faced when I started out, and I still do, because running a restaurant is not just about putting food on the table. It's about the entire team performing together so they give the customer the feeling that they are a guest and they are a VIP guest, and customer is the king. So this is what the customers expect to feel. This is one of the major things that we focus on at Sweet Affairs, that we need to give people a very good experience. The economic conditions in Pakistan and the political situation has really affected a lot of businesses. As a restaurateur, I feel that there's a constant change in policies. For example, abhi restaurants ke timings change kar diye gaye the. All summer when it's already very hot, and in Lahore the winter season is the season, the peak season of for any restaurant. तब timings change कर दिए गए थे, and I felt like a lot of restaurants and my fellow restaurateurs suffered from the time change, because this was a time when people were going to enjoy themselves and the weather and come over. Usse pehle, with the very high inflation rate, it was extremely hard to manage our costing with constantly increasing costs. Operational costs increase ho chuki hain, from electricity to gas to ingredients. Everything is just fluctuating on a daily basis. उससे ना सिर्फ कस्टमर इनसिक्योर होता है, बल्कि हम भी किस प्राइस पे, अब हमारा प्राइस पॉइंट हम भी एक एडहॉक वे के अंदर अपनी कॉस्टिंग और बिजनेस चला रहे होते हैं. आई फील दैट हैज़ रियली put a lot of stress on a lot of restaurateurs. However, my struggle was that along with my team, what we did was try to manage our operational costs rather than increase the prices of the menu and disturb the customer all over again. We just want us to serve good food, and we do it with a lot of passion, and we don't want the customer to feel like they're coming to a very expensive place where they won't be able to have a good time. पाकिस्तान आप पूरे एज अ होल कंट्री उसकी फूड मार्केट को नहीं जज कर सकते. इट्स बेसिकली एवरी सिटी इज़ डिफरेंट. हर सिटी का अपना कल्चर है. कराची का अपना टेस्ट पैलेट है, पेशावर का अपना है, फैसलाबाद का अपना है, लाहौर का अपना है. तो मैं ज़्यादा कमेंट कर सकती हूँ लाहौर पे. लाहौर में अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल गो फॉर क्वांटिटी ओवर क्वालिटी, but I guess there is a lot of clientele still that values good tasting quality ingredients, and those are our target market, because what we focus on is not just giving a lot of food that doesn't taste that good. We avoid any unhealthy ingredient for the customer. हम अपनी processes को, अपनी storing process, cooking process को बहुत deeply check करते हैं, और हमारा जो ingredients हैं वो बहुत premium ingredients हैं. तो हमारा जो मोटिव है, हमारा गोल है कि आपकी प्लेट पे जो खाना है वो प्रेजेंटेबल भी बहुत हो और उसका टेस्ट भी बहुत अच्छा हो. क्वांटिटी इज़ नॉट आवर टारगेट, एंड व्हाट आई थिंक इज़ दैट लाहौर इज़ स्लाइटली मोर रेजिस्टेंट टू डिफरेंट इंग्रेडिएंट्स दैन फॉर एग्जांपल कराची इज़. लाहौर का पैलेट अभी भी ज़रा ज़्यादा देसी है और इतना एक्सेप्टिंग नहीं है अगर आप कुछ नया करना चाहें. तो चाइनीज़ और देसी यहाँ बहुत चलता है. आई डू हैव टू रियली पुट माई एफर्ट इन मार्केटिंग टू मेक श्योर पीपल नो कि आप जो खा रहे हैं इट्स एक्सट्रीमली एक्सक्विजिट, एंड इसके अंदर बहुत लगन और मेहनत के साथ हमने ये खाना प्रेजेंट किया है. सो या आई थिंक लाहौर इज़ स्टिल अ लिटिल मोर रेजिस्टेंट विद फॉर चेंज, but I think we are getting over it now. So my advice to my fellow chefs and restaurateurs would be, number one, please work on doing unique things so that as a country or a city, we have that growth. Growth is very important. So please invest yourselves in not just making the place and the ambience look beautiful, but also invest in developing a recipe which is different and which excites people and which gives us a new name in the market. Secondly, I feel कि हम टीम को बहुत अंडरवैल्यू करते हैं. हम इंटीरियर में इन्वेस्ट कर देंगे, हम बहुत ज़्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट्स कर देंगे, लेकिन हम अपनी टीम में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करते, और रेस्टोरेंट की सक्सेस अपनी टीम के बगैर नहीं हो सकती. सो ट्रेनिंग, कोर्सेज, सेंडिंग योर एम्प्लॉयज़ to get that exposure, or go yourself and take regular trainings, because जिस तरह हम हर करियर के लिए ट्रेनिंग लेते हैं, कोर्सेज लेते हैं, तो फूड के अंदर भी और हॉस्पिटैलिटी के अंदर भी हमें वो ट्रेनिंग लेनी चाहिए ताकि हम ग्रोथ की तरफ जाएं.